We're still tracking gusty winds out there. In fact, we're going to be seeing more of them. The big difference, as I mentioned earlier, is now the direction has changed. So no longer gusty up in the mountains. Now we're seeing some of those winds coming through from the south down in the lowlands. Take a look at this. South-southwesterly wind coming in sustained at 20 miles an hour across the Seattle metro. And again, we've been seeing some gusts up to about 30 within the last hour or so. Another remarkable thing happened today. Because of that change in wind direction, we were balmy today. Did you notice that? It was actually quite warm, so much so that we shattered the old record for today's date, which was 55, set back in 2006. We topped out close to 60 degrees out at SeaTac, and look at those overnight temperatures. Those were 12 degrees above average as well. Across the region, we saw some balmy weather, especially Bellingham. What's remarkable about that, first of all, it was the warmest temperature on the map here. But remember, December, we had those Fraser outflow winds that was keeping Bellingham colder than everybody else, so you earned that. Congratulations. 32 was the high today in Winthrop, 33 in Wenatchee, 41 in Ellensburg. First time that I can remember in a good long while that those temperatures have been above the freezing mark. Taking a look at the big picture in the GOES 18 satellite. We've been upgraded now. GOES 17 has been put into retirement and showing us a gorgeous image of our next contender coming in there. Take a look at this. There's actually a couple of lows embedded in there, and it's once again going to drive a moisture plume right into Southern California and Southern Oregon, and that's going to keep things wet and blustery there for the next couple days. We've got a wind advisory along the coast here. Everything you see in tan, sustained 25 to 35 with gusts up to about 50. And on top of that, because of all that activity out in the Pacific, surf is up. In fact, we could be looking at waves up to about 20 feet near the immediate coast tomorrow. Do be very careful. That is a recipe for sleeper waves and rip currents. If you're going to go out and take a look, make sure you're keeping a respectful distance. Coastal flood advisory also in effect for all of Puget Sound and portions of the Strait of Juan de Fuca. Looks like we're looking at some minor flooding potential. And again, minor. We're talking about parking lot level stuff here. Nothing like those king tides that we experienced last month. Wind direction and speed. Again, the big change is that southerly flow that's coming up basically all the way across Puget Sound. So as we take a look at forecasted wind gusts, they're going to stay blustery throughout the night tonight and into the morning tomorrow. And then finally, right around 10:30, we'll start to catch a break, at least down towards South Sound. It'll stay gusty still up towards places like Oak Harbor, Quileute, Hoquiam, and will stay gusty into the evening and afternoon as well, while the rest of us begin to calm. Looking at the weather setup, it's just one after another, after another, after another. In fact, we've got systems that will continue to roll in about every 24 hours until we get into the middle of next week. We'll keep temperatures balmy, though. We'll be in the upper 40s and lower 50s all the way through the weekend, but we're going to see wind and more rain.